Hello, I'm John Paul and I'm here at Rimmer Brothers today to fit the front anti-roll bar, drop links and D-bushes on this Range Rover P38. Rimmer Brothers produces parts catalogue for the Range Rover P38. As you can see, this is a pretty comprehensive parts catalogue and it covers all the parts that you're going to need for the Range Rover P38. First thing we're going to do now then is get the vehicle in the air, and then I'll point out where we're going to start on the job and we'll go from there. We've got the car in the air and you can see this is the anti-roll bar. It goes across the front of the axle, under the axle, and it's connected to the back from the anti-roll bar to the chassis with these little anti-roll bar links. Inside here is just two little ball joints and they do eventually wear out. I mean, obviously this car is a fairly big heavy car and this anti-roll bar will have to do quite a lot of work. So if you'll notice these, if you're going on little bumps down country roads, they just start to rattle a little bit. So they're worth changing. And also these are the D bushes that fit in here. And they just go round the anti-roll bar and are clamped in by these clamps. So I'll show you that when I've taken it off. Here's where the anti-roll bar link is mounted, and you can see obviously there's two nuts to take off. Now behind, on the shank, behind the other side of the anti-roll bar is, you can put a spanner on there, so you can hold a spanner on there and then you can undo the nut. Now sometimes these do get proper tight and sometimes the spanner won't be able to hold it, so you can either try a pair of mole grips or last resort get an angle grinder and just cut it off. Okay, so this one nearly undone. As you can see, you take the nut off and then you can just take the top nut off and then you can just push the anti-roll bar link out the way. We'll do the other side and then we'll take off the fronts. This is the link off the vehicle. As you can see, out of the workers there's a ball joint in a nylon cup. I've just taken this ball joint out of the cup there, but that's the bit that normally wears, and this one isn't too bad. But if they are worn, they get very pitted around the ball joint, and often the nylon cup is worn away, and that's just how they wear. So that's they need to replace them. These are the two clamps now we've got to take off, one each side, two 18mm spanner size bolts. They've got captive nuts, so you never need to hold the nut at the back. So we'll take both these off, remove the clamps, and then we can then take the anti-roll bar off altogether and we can replace the D-bushes. So all four bolts out, and then we can remove the anti-roll bar. I've got the anti-roll bar on the floor now, so you can see where the clamps go around the bushes. You just give them a tap, knock the clamp off, then just feed the bush from off the anti-roll bar, pop the new one on. The bushes are split to go around there, and then just put the clamp back onto the bush, push it on, and then we'll do the other side, and then we'll replace the anti-roll bar. Right, I'm just going to replace the anti-roll bar now. Make sure you go over the top of the track rod. You can rest it on the track rod while you just pop it up into line, get the bolts started, and then we will go underneath and pop on the links. Get all the four bolts loosely in at the front there, and then we'll just go underneath. We'll put on the anti-roll bar links, so we'll get everything up before we tighten the whole job up at the end. Just going to fit the anti-roll bar links now. Make sure that you go from outside in, so put them there like that. Get your nuts, spin them on, just put the other side one on now, and then we'll tighten them all up again. Same again, put your spanner behind to hold the shank and then tighten it up. Just remember there might be different sizes if they're aftermarket ones compared to the original, so make sure you get the right spanner. And also the top one is a little bit awkward. You just have to put your spanner in from behind the exhaust manifold to get onto the back of the shank. The two link rods are on, tightened up. All that's left now is to tighten the four clamp bolts up for your D bushes, and then that's the anti-roll bar all done.